Hello to myself and everybody else. So far today, we're playing another one of my games from, actually the one I'm currently working on now. And this game is called Buy Some Milk. And with this game, again, I'm currently working on it right now. And we're just gonna run through stories 1 through 4. I'm currently working on 5. And we're just gonna do this like one video at a time, because I'm not just gonna do multiple stories in one video, because some are short, some are pretty long, but we'll just go ahead and give it a shot and just see what's up with this. So go ahead and get it started now. Go ahead and go to story 1. Story 1, Milk Mission. It's a bright and sunny morning. You are hungry and want some cereal. You have the bowl and box ready. Now all you need is milk. You go to the fridge to get some milk. But there is no milk in the fridge. Now your quest begins. Armed with a pocket full of rocks, you go out to buy some milk. So far here we have the tutorial and everything. So move with WASD or the arrows, up the jump, throw with space or enter, basically throw rocks, so let it to go forward and straight down. So I can take people out if you want, but so far they don't really hurt you, so it's fine. Escape to pause. Oh yeah, one thing I want to mention too real quick. So far with my OBS setup, I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm editing this, the footage will just kind of like stutter sometimes or get really choppy. When I'm playing it, that's not happening. So I can only really notice that when I'm editing. So if that happens, I'm really sorry about that. Just OBS can sometimes just mess up out of left field. I have no idea why. So just a thing on that. If that happens and it gets really bad, I'll just like skip ahead. During moments that might happen, if it happens, I'll just like again try to skip ahead or something, but still. So that's all I really want to say with that. Okay, so for that, just make your way through, just learn the controls. So far with this game and everything too, this game I made because I was about to go to college and everything like that, and I just wanted to make sure I had a game that I was constantly working on, so if I had something just ready, like anytime, well, I'll get back after, just read this during the fight. It says, after your nice short stroll to the store, you make it to the milk aisle to see only 1 carton of milk left. All you have to do is grab the milk and I think he also wants the last carton of milk. I guess if you want the milk, you have to take the milk by force. So far the whole thing with this was that like I basically made this game so, cause I was going off to college and everything like that too. I made it so I could just have a project I keep coming back to and just have something to keep working on. And this game was just something I came up with randomly. In reality, this was supposed to be like 2 stories. Somehow I made it all the way to 5. So just one of those like crazy things that just happened with that. You defeated that random guy and got the milk. Now you can go home and... Do you hear something? The milk was destroyed. Maybe they have milk at the gas station. Yeah, but so far I said I just made this like before I went to college because I just wanted a project I can just like keep working on, so I can make sure like my programming skills and game maker and all that didn't like go away. And plus it was like be able to keep learning more stuff. And again, like I said, this was supposed to be 2 stories, just a guy going to get like milk and then something else happens later on, but decided to end up stretching it out after I just like added something at the last second. So far I'll just like get to that when I get to it, but so far just again working on this. First time I really like drew my own sprites. First time I like made, well besides Shadow Child, but first time I drew my own sprites, made my own music, and just like try to get better at programming and everything. Again, sprite wise, if I had to say, again I'm biased, but like again I said I did pretty okay with this though. It's just something I do have to say though is that like with story 1, since I was so new at just like drawing and everything like that as well and making music, I ended up kind of just focusing more on the sprites. So that's why you'll kind of see this in story 1. The levels themselves are kind of a lot like this, where it's just kind of like more straightforward. Where it just like go straight forward, throw rocks, and that's kind of mostly it and everything. So that is the thing with story 1, but I fixed that definitely in story 2, and technically also stage 5, which you'll see later on and everything. But yeah, that was basically this stage here. Also the music as well, I made this too. In story 1, if I had to say, it's not that good, but again I think I improve as it goes on. You made it just in time. There's 1 carton of milk left. Now all you have to do is pay for it. I said, all you have to do is pay for it. You forgot to put money in your pocket, didn't you? Looks like you can't just run out of here. I guess you have to do the right thing to get out of this situation. So far with this game and everything, I did have somebody kind of test this out for me, not like fully, but even with that, technically I had them test it after the game came out. We basically got somebody just play it and everything too and all that when it came out. And so far, this boss is the one that like gave people the most trouble, or at least gave that one person the most trouble and everything. Oh wait a minute. And right now I'm just like getting bodied by it because I'm just trying to like play it and talk at the same time. I'm just new to doing this, but so far with this, again, this boss, as people say, they'll say this boss is like really difficult. It's not that bad if you just kind of like learn the pattern, which with this game, the whole thing I try to go for is like games like back in the day where games like back in the day like Atari and everything, where it was just like you just had to play a stage multiple times over and over again to get better at it. Let's see if I can hit this guy. Nah, dang. Where you have to play a stage over and over again to get good at it and everything like that. Let me retry that. You can also hit R to retry. I didn't put that in the tutorial, but you can. Or you can just like pause and hit retry, which is also an option. But yeah, the whole thing with this game was that I wanted it to be something like a game back in the day. You just have to play a bunch to get good at it and everything like that. I try not to make it like insanely hard, but I do have a tendency to just accidentally do stuff like that. Yeah, I'm royally messing up here. But yeah, so far with this too, just like a basic pattern, just kind of learn how they throw everything. Right now I'm just like royally messing up, but I'll try to get it down. But yeah, again, so far with this game and everything, just a random idea I just came up with out of like left field, with just like, okay, I need a game that I can just continue to work on, I can come back to later on in the future and everything like that. Just, yeah, I can come back in the future and everything and just like continue to work on it. Yeah, I'm messing up. Again, like I said, I wanted you to be able to come back and just have to keep playing this over and over again to get better at it. And absolutely, that is the case. Dang. We need to wait. Come on. There it is. That wasn't the right thing I was talking about, but it did get results. Now with the milk finally in hand, let's go find some more milk. So far again with that boss, I know it gave somebody else like a ton of trouble. All you really have to do is just play it for a while and just, learn the pattern. Again, not like impossibly difficult, just again trial and error, which is the main thing I just wanted to go for with this game, of just like playing it over and over again so you can just like learn how to get past it, or just like learn any like random secret or whatever. Because I just didn't want to make this game like crazy easy and stuff like that too, which I don't think I could even if I tried, because I have a tendency to just over difficult, like make things a bit more difficult than it is. Well, I'm not to phrase it, but I make things a bit more difficult than it needs to be. Yeah, but again, with playing this, as said before, the stage kind of more straightforward, a bit easier and everything. One thing I do have to say is that the music in this, in story 1, I absolutely had no idea what I was doing, and hearing it, I can tell, because this sounds just, it's something, if I had to say. Yeah, because I was just learning how to make this music, and it definitely shows, or just hearing it, just I can tell, because I had no idea what I was doing, but I tried. Do you see that? It's milk. Go after him. So far, this I say is one of the like first songs I made that was actually pretty decent. Yeah, I got hit by the car. Yeah, but with this, again, I do like just like how again you have to play it over and over again. I made sure to try to make it like a decent amount of checkpoints and everything. Like each time you finish a stage, you get a checkpoint. At the beginning of each boss, you get a checkpoint. So you don't just like get stuck. I was not paying attention at all. Yeah, I gotta remember like the key, just like not be right on top of the car. Dang. Yeah, I'm not talking that much playing this because I'm just like trying to get past this. Yeah, just another thing about this that like again, I accidentally hit jump and duck. So far with this, just again, like just simple like little story and everything like that as well. So just you can play it really quick and not really have to worry about like long load times and various stuff like that too. I figured out how to put scan lines on it to make it kind of more Atari looking. I couldn't jump. Yeah, I was restarting that one. Again, just this random whole idea just came from me just wanting to make a little project just to like have something to keep coming back to and everything now and then. And the fact that I've been going for this long, because then I started working on this I think in 2025. I just restarted. I started working on this I think in 2021, I'm pretty sure, because like I'm working on the 5th story now in 2025, so it had to be 2021. But with that, again, I still am just glad I just kind of made this just silly little idea, but again, still just interestingly fun as far as the thing goes. But yeah, many of these bosses, like I said again, I made them so even it takes me a little bit of time to just get past them. There's no like just simple trick or like, oh, if you stand in this corner, you're just invincible. Nah, the only way to do it is just to do it. Which is actually funny too, because one of the people I had tested, that was something they just got mad about, because they're like, they know me and they know there's no like trick or anything, no gimmick or no like dev exit or anything. It's just flat out, if you want to get past this, you better get past it. Nope. Yeah, I said it just know me, and it's just one of those, if you want to get past it, you better just get past it then. I stopped backing up from that. I keep getting close to it and I keep dying. I'm being too careless. And I'm getting extra careless. Yep, extremely careless. I gotta just take my time more and just like breathe more with this, because that's like the main thing with a lot of older games, stuff like that too, that it kind of bases off of. Take your time, just stop rushing, but also if you got iframes, use them. Yeah, just running into this stuff. I gotta be more patient. As I'm being less patient. Yeah, again, it's gonna take a few tries. I say it's taking me a bunch more. Come on, come on, come on, yes! Oh man, you got the milk. Now you can finally, wait a minute, that's not milk, it's orange juice. Hey, there's a farm back there. Let's go see if we can get milk from there. So far we're on like level 4 out of 5. Yeah, so far that car boss, again, pretty tough fight. But like I said, I want all the fights to be like tough. It takes several tries. Again, you can one-shot it, you get the pattern down. Like I said, again, it could take a second to just get past everything. Even like little things I kept making this, I just like added little stuff too. Because like when the chickens like die and everything like that too, see feathers fly from them. That's something I actually added in story 3. Because originally they just like blew up and that was it. Just hit them so hard with a rock they just blow up. Yeah, in the background too, you can see just like the random things. Again, first time I drew something for my own game. And again, it's not perfect, but to me it still has a charm to it that's like ridiculous and I love it. So far, again, I test like all 4. I test every level each time I release a new story. So this really isn't muscle memory, but I at least kind of know what to do. I played it so much. I know the trajectory of the rocks. Know how to defeat the enemies. Again, the music for this stage, again, still not the best in the world in my opinion, but again, I tried. This is just all something for me to just like keep like reminder of myself of like what I need to really like do next time to get better. Plus another thing too is that hearing this song or hearing the music in my game, I made most of them without headphones on, so they may sound better without headphones compared to with headphones. It's just a thing I just noticed too, just going back to my music and everything. I just made all this in like Beatbox, which I got like a bunch of videos just me going through my own music, but just something I just want to like kind of point out for that. Oh yeah, so far this boss right here, this was the boss I added in last second. The reason I added in last second was because I just thought, how can I make a game about milk and not add a cow? And just because of this, like this one boss right here, it just added a bunch to the game. Just a huge theoretical. Wow. It's a cow. You definitely should be able to get milk from that. Let's just walk over and... What? This is the thing that just like is hilarious to me with this too. Crap. It's just that like this boss right here, when I had somebody test play it, they had the exact reaction of when it stood up. They were like, what? They just said they expected something to happen, like the farmer or something to come out, or just something like that too and all. And just instead, this ends up happening. I will be honest with you. Again, story 1, some of the first times I made a boss and everything and stuff like that too and all. Yeah, like this boss here is not good. I get better as the game and stuff goes on, but I will be like 100% honest about it. Here in story 1, this boss is really not that good. So far, the white dash in front of it and stuff too, that blocks shots. Yeah, just everything that too. Just came up with this at the last second, added it in, and this boss just helped like extend the game by a ton more. But again, this story 1, first time I made something like this, so this boss fight was just Will I go back and fix it? No, because I want to remember I got better from this. I have no idea what that was all about. But anyway, we finally can get milk from the cow. The game can finally end on a happy. Why am I not surprised? So far I got abducted by aliens. And so far this stage, story 5, this is where I actually started making the stage like a bit more difficult. Where like there's actual obstacles and things like that. Let me just start that again. There's actual obstacles and things like that as well compared to... Yeah, I gotta get this one down because I remember this stage and I just have to remember the jump timing of it. But yeah, this stage actually started making like a bit more difficult and everything like that as well. And actually putting like obstacles, more stuff that can kill you rather than just walking forward and just jumping over little stuff. A lot more things here can kill you. The music for this stage, again, I remember I hated this song when I made it. I was like, this is probably one of the worst songs I've made in this entire game. If I have to say, it's probably not the worst. Yeah, again, I'm just like kind of rushing through this a bit. But yeah, like I said, the whole thing and stuff too with this, just that like, this does get a bit more yeah, I was trying to see something. This does get a bit more difficult as things go on, because in this game you can't short hop, you just jump one height. So you just gotta know your like jump height and everything like that. And this, I definitely did my thing like I did in Shadow Child, where some of this stuff, again, people who know me, they hate playing my stuff because they know like you just have to get good at playing it. There's nothing to hold your hand, there's no checkpoints, nothing. It's just you better play it a bunch, get good at it. Dang. Yeah, this jump, it's a bit difficult. I'm trying to remember how to do it. Yeah, I almost had that jump a tiny bit too late, or too early. Yeah, I'm just silent playing this because it's just taking me back playing this. Yeah, and like I said with this was the reason why I said you had to get good with that jump. Because I made sure you had to do it multiple times here. Now I get through that without getting hit. Okay, made it to the end of that. God, that jump gets difficult. Oh God. But one thing I will say about this is that, yeah, this final boss is no joke as well. Wow. An alien. Who would have guessed? Just destroy him so we can get back to business. Oh, I completely forgot about this. Yeah, this is what makes this fight really tough. Yeah, one thing I will kind of just give note to is that he physically doesn't hurt you. You can touch him. That's the thing I kind of just like didn't do anything about. I'm trying to wait for that. Yeah, this is something that is annoying too with this. The people who are on fire, they just randomly move back and forth. Like there's no like they chase you or anything, or they dodge the rocks. Nothing. They just run, but it always feels like they're running away, and it's always super inconvenient. Again, this fight looks super easy, but it can actually take a while. Like I said again, when I get to story 2, you'll see the massive difference with this. Same thing with the music and stuff. Again, I just have to keep saying this for myself. I had no idea what I was doing, so that's why the music is not like the best in the world. I tried at least. Again, the thing with the alien and all that and stuff as well, is definitely a thing where I know, is definitely a thing where it's like, really, I didn't know I could touch it. This feels like a cheat or something. It's not. Reality, again, there's something in old games, you just have to like just try stuff. You never know what could happen. And that's the worst thing about these fire guys. They take forever to get over here. And I could rush this, but I want to take my time and just wait. If this guy would get over here, please. Great. Now with all this with the alien defeated, we can now get back to. Is that a fridge? Let's just go home before anything else happens. Finally, with the milk in hand, you can finally eat some cereal. Congratulations. The box is empty, isn't it? To be continued. I still love this, just him hitting the ground just in defeat. And so far, that was Buy Some Milk Story 1. So far with that, again, really short one. I made this in like, I think a month or two before I had to go to college and everything like that. And so far, since then, I only had time to make these during the summer and winter breaks. Well, really only summer, so I only had like 3 months every year to make the next story. I'll be planning the script out and the levels and stuff during the school year. So with that, I basically every year had like 3 months to make a new story, and it got longer and longer every single time. So with that, you got to see the whole story of story 1, and we'll then later play story 2. So to myself and everybody else, see you in the next one.